A very good afternoon to all of you. I hope everyone is doing fine. Today, class, we will try to deal with a new topic, our next topic on chapter 3. Okay, chapter 3, I think if we go and see the title of our topic, it's written as the era of one party dominance. Okay, before I start my topic, I want each and every one of you to grab your textbook and then go along with it with my explanation whenever you are listening to this video, even today or even in the other days. So here, by the title itself, we are talking about one particular political party. Now here we are talking about the country India, our country India, era of one party dominance in India, something like that. So here, one party, we are talking about the party called Congress, INC, Indian National Congress, formed by A.O. Hume in 1885, as we all know that. So there are something we need to know about this one party dominance in our country. So here we will know about that. Like I've told you, it's talking about a Congress dominance over the country in the Indian political scenario. So why it was called this one party dominance in India? Because the first three general election, that is which were held in 1952, 1957 and 1962, it was all dominated by the Indian National Congress. Now in 1952 election, Congress won 364 out of 498 Lok Sabha seat. This election it was held on October 51 to February 1952. Now in first general election, if you go and see your textbook, you can see that there were large number of masses, the ignorant masses, they participated in the first general election, and then they voted with a very overwhelming majority. The Congress could secure the position with a very huge majority. Like I've told you, 364 seats is not an easy one out of 498. And then here the second party which secured the second position in this election was a Communist Party, who could secure only 16 seats out of 49 which they contested. Now that was a very huge very huge winning for the Congress Party. The second election, 1957, which was held from 1957 February to June. Even here the Congress Party could secure a huge majority win over the other political parties. Now, as you can see here in the screen, the number of voters increased almost by 2 crore, and then there was not only Congress Party who was contesting the election, but there were almost or nearly 45 political party who were participating in this general election of 1957. However, in 1957, total number of 494 seats in 371 was captured by the Congress. 371 seats was captured by the Congress. So again, this even in second general election 1957, it was a huge win by the Congress. Now the third one is 1962 election, the third general election. Now here the Congress secured 361 seats out of 494 seats. roughly 73% of the seats. And then this election, it was held from 19 to 25 February. Now in 1962, of course, it was not so great as the first two election, but even here the majority of the seat was captured by the Congress. And in 1962, out of 494, 361 seats was captured by the Congress. That was 73% of the seats. And then they could secure 44.7 or 44% of votes. Now, in all these three elections, the Communist Party of India, that was the second largest leading. Like I've told you, in the first election, they could secure only 16 seats. In second election, they could secure 27. And in the third election, in 1962, they could secure only 29 seats. So in these three elections, Congress was like a father of all the other political parties in India. Now here I've shown you the table about the election of 1952 to 62. Now, like we have discussed, in 1952, I think it's there even in your textbook in page number 50, so you can go and refer there. So in 1952, the total number of seats was 489, and then the seats secured or won by Congress was 364. That was 45% of the vote. And like I've told you, the Congress Party, the Communist Party of India, CPI, could secure 16 seats. 1957, 494. Out of 494, 371 was secured by the Congress. That goes to the 47.8% of the vote. And then CPI, the Communist Party of India, secured 27 seats. The third general election, 1962, was 494. Out of that, 361 was captured by the Congress. Now the vote person was only for 44%. It slowly came down. And then the CPI, the Communist Party of India, could secure, like I've told you, only 29 seats. So this was the rough picture of the three general election, which was purely dominated by the Congress over all the political parties in the country. Now, what was the nature of this Congress dominance? Now, this nature of Congress dominance was also known as one-party dominance phase or the Congress system from 1952 to 1962. This was known as one-party dominant phase or the Congress system. Now, the nature of the Congress dominance was so peculiar comparing to other countries. Now, even in other country, one political party can dominate, or one political party used to dominate the country's political scenario, but it was very different from the Congress dominance. The Congress dominance was different from all of them. Why? Because the Congress, unlike other countries, they contested election in a fair democratic manner. Like in Myanmar, there is only one political party who is dominating the country now because they have been forcefully captured. Or in some countries, like in communist country like in North Korea, only one political party, or say there is like only one party who is ruling the country because their constitution system has allowed only for one party system. But here the nature of Congress dominance was because very peculiar, because though the Constitution of India has allowed as much as other political parties, but although all of them has contested the election against Congress, but none of them could secure the position as much as this Congress. Like I've told you, in second general election, almost like 45 political party contested, but none of them could compare with the Congress. So that was one of the peculiar nature of the Congress dominance in the Indian political scenario. Like I've told you, Congress dominance, it does not mean the absence of other party. There were lots of parties present there, but then nobody could come up with a competition. And like we have discussed, it was very different from one party system that existed in other country. There is only one political party because their constitution had provided only for the existence of one political party, but not in the case of the Congress of India. So I think that's enough for today. I think we will discuss the later part of our chapter in the next class. I hope you have understood up to this much. If there is any doubt or any clarification to be made, you are most welcome to send me a question or anything in any manner, in whether it be in a written form or whether it be in electronics thing. You can send me in any form, so we can clarify and we can discuss more about it.